Yeehaw! Get them up, little cowboys. Look what's happening out here in the quilting studio. Talk about a cowboy. This is a cow boy riding on his horse. Actual cow. Little cowboy right here. 36 inches by 46 inches. This is a quilt. It's a collaboration right here. You can see what it is. It's really just a panel with border put around it and cornerstones. Fantastic. Simple, easy to look at. Baby will be easily snuggable in this one. It has a minky back. Actually, it has a fleecy blanket back. And let's talk about everything that's going on right here. This is for Maxine's great-grandson. Brand new baby, great-grandson. And this is in collaboration with Linda, who helped to put it together. Now, when you get let me tell you a lot of tips. When you get your panel, they're rarely square. They've been wound around a bolt, and they've been shipped, and they've been in the heat, and they've been in the cold, and they've been stretched. So you need to bring it home, and you need to be able to straighten it out before you start adding borders. Otherwise, those borders are going to end up wonky. Are these borders wonky? No, they're not. Nice and straight. So you know that this was straightened out. The borders were added. Borders. Look how straight these borders are. Linda tends to have extremely straight borders. This was not cut. This would have been ripped on the grain. Love it, love it, love it. She also is the master of cornerstones. Many of her quilts have cornerstones. They really stand out. Isn't that fun with the bandana? And she said that she's going to bind it in that bandana fabric as well. Isn't that just going to set it off? Love it so much. You know, I love myself some red. So that is darling. Okay, this is a fleece blanket that she got to use for this. When a fleece blanket comes, it has a big rolled edge all the way around so that you can just use it right then. It's ready to go, ready to be used on your bed. I need to have both sides released. Otherwise, it's like a really strong selvage that's holding the edge, and it causes the center to be loopy like a hammock. I need it to lay flat. So I need it to be the same tension all the way across. When I have the tension of the selvage or the tension of that rolled hem right here, I have to deal with that bow in the center, and that's just not going to work for me or for my girl. So we need to be handling that. Linda said, I don't want to worry about which side it is. I'm just going to cut them all off. Actually, or she may have released them. You can release them or you can trim them off. It appears these are trimmed off. And so either way works out just great. Okay, being the fleecy back or being a minky back, either way that it is, almost always that thread is just going to sink right in, and you're not even going to see the actual thread. The color that we're using is Big Springs. It looks like a denim. That's what the desire was here. I totally agree with it. And so that Big Springs denim is really showing up on there nicely. And you can see the design on the backing. The design that was chosen is my hats and loops. It's absolutely perfect. Got myself a little boot right here. Got myself a little hat right there. It's a wandering hats and loops design. Super duper cute. You can see it on the back looping across there like has a lasso with it. But you can't see the color of thread coming through. Rarely will you be able to see it through a minky. Now, I wouldn't choose to put a dark color on there. I wouldn't have put a black on there. And as you have the same color of thread on the bobbin, but I'm just saying that rarely will that color show through. So it's not necessary to have a design on the back or color that's going to show on the back at all. Not anything that we're even going to be able to see. The other tip I want to tell you is that she Frankensteined her batting, and I'm all about that. Woohoo! Use up that batting. Cute little quilt like this. Look at all the stitching that's on here. That is going to hold that perfectly well. The other thing that she used is a fuse and bond. See it right there? You can see the sticky part. Well, this is the side that was covered. So you heat and bond it on there. You iron it on, and then you pull the strip off, and what you're left with is this side that's not sticky here, but it stuck the rest of it, the other two sides together. Now, batting has a front side and a back side. That means she needs a little bobbin, so we're going to get her fed here in just a minute. It has a front and a back. And the front side will have little dimples that kind of shrink down, and the bottom side will have kind of pimples that stick out. We want the pimply side to go down. That's because as that needle's going in, we want it to flow the same way as these dimples are. If it's the other way around, then the needle is trying to fight with those pimples that are sticking up. So we want to have it so the dimples are on the top and the dimples are going downward like this. So I'm really happy that she attached the Heat and Bond sticky to the back side of the batting right here, because now it's also going to lay nicely against the not minky, fleecy back right here. It's very much a minky. It's very similar to a minky, but it's not nearly as stretchy, and the inside of it is more like a fleece. But has other characteristics of a minky, such as the deep pile and the fluffiness that comes off when you try to trim it. And so this tapey side will go down toward the blanket backing and will just smooth right in there. On the topping, you can't even tell. It's fantastic. It just blends in so well. All the stitching is going to hold it together. If you have battings that you want to stick together, this is one way to do it. I'm all about it. Bring a Frankenstein batting over here. We'll get it loaded up for you here at the quilting studio.